What's going on, people? We back for another episode. Y'all should know what this is by now, but in case you don't, it's another episode of Elephant in the Room, featured by yours truly, Funderburg. As we always do at this time, I want to let y'all know. I want to give y'all a reminder that my latest project, Gold Tape, is out right now. Run them numbers up. Go listen to it. Appreciate it. Then when you done doing all that, listen to it again, people. It is an absolute classic, and I promise you, it will not be a waste of your time. But with that being said, man, y'all know what this is by now. We are addressing the most talked about topics of the week. And I'm gonna just give my take on everything as I always do every week. I'm gonna provide you guys with my take, my opinions, and my advice on certain things that happen that are important to the culture, that is important to me, and that people talk about the most. Before we go any further, people, I want to give a big congratulations to my boys, the home team, the Buffalo Bills. We are currently in the AFC Championship game. We had just recently beat the Ravens 27-25. Spectacular game. And like I said, I'm a Bills fan through and throughout. Also, I'm a football head. Like, I'm just a football fan. I love to see a great game, and I love it even more when my team prevails, at the expense of that great game. Like I said, both teams played solid. The Bills, as y'all know, they was whooping their ass the entire first half, and I believe the second half they got I'm not gonna say complacent, but they got cautious. And anybody who's a Bills fan should hate when they play like that, because that is when teams get back into the game. But I'm not about to sit up here and talk about this like we lost the game. We won, we prevailed. One thing that I do want to focus on too, because I do know some Ravens fans out there, and I see a lot of talk out there as far as like putting the blame on Lamar Jackson and everything like that. Listen, Lamar Jackson is terrifying. He showed up in that game, and at the end of the day, he gave his team the best possible chance to win, including the interceptions, including everything, man. Like he gave his team the best chance to win. Like, seriously, like, for real. Like, as a Bills fan, I could tell you, like, the Ravens was a better team. Not even that. I'm not talking about this game. I'm talking about just roster for roster. I mean, anybody that have common knowledge of the game of football can tell you the Ravens were by far a better team. And anybody who was willing to listen, if you was debating with me, I was telling y'all from the jump, I'm dependent on them to choke, on the Ravens to choke. I am dependent on them to choke. I'm dependent on them to drop balls, fumble, and I am dependent on Lamar Jackson to not play like Lamar Jackson, because that's what he has shown us for a good part of his career. You know what I mean? But that was the case for the first half. They was dropping balls. Derrick Henry, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson throwing interceptions. Well, not interceptions, interception, also fumbling. Like, it was going according to plan. But I don't know what was said. I don't know what got into the Ravens coming out of halftime, but they balled out, and they gave us a hell of a game, man, and they almost came back. They definitely did. As y'all probably know by now, the Mark Andrews kid had dropped that 2 point conversion, and like I said, I felt bad for Lamar Jackson, because again, with Mark Andrews dropping that ball, they gonna place the blame on Lamar. And this has nothing to do with him being black. Nothing. I told you I don't get into that shit at all. I am a sports fan. I don't give a damn if you green out here. If you play for my squad, I'm wishing the absolute best for you. You know what I'm saying? So, but I felt bad for Lamar because, like I said, you know what it was going to come to. The blame was going to be on him. Everybody was going to talk like he didn't perform. And of course, you know, they brought up the turnovers, both the interception and the fumble. And like I said, I'm very, very, very simple. I am a guy who thinks like, listen, life is hard enough. There's no point in adding on to the difficultness. Like, there's like, if you show me something, and that's the reason why this game may have went this way, that's the reason why this decision was ultimately made, I'm gonna say, yeah, well, it's because that happened. You know what I mean? Like, with this game, like, they lost by 2. I seen a guy drop a 2-point conversion at the end of the game. How is that not to blame? How? Now, I'm not saying that's the only reason they lost. I'm not saying that. I'm saying it's the biggest reason they lost. I don't see how you guys could have watched that game, seen what Lamar Jackson did, and seen what that tight end did, and blame Lamar Jackson. I don't see it. But again, people, I'm a Josh Allen fan. And I've been a Josh Allen fan forever, since before we drafted him. I'm used to that. I've watched my squad when Stefon Diggs dropped a 55-yard bomb, potentially game-winning touchdown against the Chiefs last year. I seen that with my own 2 eyes. I seen Sherfield drop a 45-yard bomb. And to his defense, it was a great effort. He did catch it, but the ball just touched the ground. That was a great effort by him. But Diggs just straight up dropped it. He choked. Let's just call that what it is. He straight up dropped that ball. And I seen Tyler Bass miss a field goal last year. And we lost by 3. How is that not? How do you still put the blame on Josh Allen? But fuck all that. You know, this ain't about that. Josh Allen is playing in the AFC title game. I'm just making a comparison on how, like, yo, I think that's very lazy, man, to just blame the quarterback no matter what the outcome of the game is. It's like, oh, well, we give them all of the credit when they win. They have to get all of the blame when they lose, not if they're not to blame for their team losing. Even the 13-second game a couple years ago, right after that game, no one blamed Josh Allen. No one. But that game was in late January. By May, they were blaming Josh Allen for that loss. By minicamp, they were blaming Josh Allen for that. I mean, not minicamp, rookie camp. They were blaming Josh Allen for that loss. So it's like, for them to do it to Lamar Jackson, certain individuals are keeping the same energy. But it's not that man's fault. They will be back next year. They are going to be a team we are going to have to deal with next year, and they are absolutely terrifying, and they gave us a great game. But go take that ass home. With that being said, we ain't even about to talk about the Ravens no longer. We are prevailing to play the Kansas City Chiefs. We already know what this is, people. Everybody in Buffalo, stand up. We know what this is. We are here to handle business. We not happy being at the AFC title game. This is expected by this point. Now, I'm not going to lie to you. At the beginning of the season, you couldn't have paid to tell me we was going to be in the AFC title game. I'm going to keep it real with you. But seeing how they played throughout the year, this is expected. It's expected. We not happy. We not satisfied. And we coming for that throne. So stand up. It's business as usual. We not happy to be here. We not content to be here. Let's talk about the Super Bowl for 2 straight weeks after Sunday, people. The Bills versus whomever, don't matter. Let's get it right. Buffalo stand up, but I am absolutely proud of my team. Best of luck to y'all Sunday. We have another absolutely huge problem Sunday with Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs. Of course, they're not as good as before, but y'all know what they is. Andy Reid, Pat Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they deserve all the respect in the world. Them dudes is champions multiple times over, and they deserve it. And in order for us to get to our goal, we have to go through them. So, best of luck to my boys, and I'm absolutely proud of y'all no matter what the outcome of this Sunday's game is. So that covers, like I said, that covers the sports part. I had to give my boys a big shout out. I'm absolutely proud of y'all. Other things that has happened this past week was Trump's inauguration. Again, people, y'all already know me by now if y'all been tuning in. I don't speak to things I don't know about. I don't speak to things I don't particularly care about. And I'm gonna tell you, I did not watch it. Monday, January 20th was Martin Luther King Day. It will always be that. It will remain that. And that will be the only thing that will get acknowledged on this Elephant in the Room platform. I represent real shit. I don't represent that bullshit. I don't represent the shit that's going on right now. That shit that we got to deal with for 4 years. And I done told y'all, when this Ravens-Bills game was coming up and y'all was trying to make that racy, one of the first things I said to y'all just in the last episode, look, all y'all activists, all y'all woke motherfuckers, enjoy this game. Because you're going to have 4 years to get into this activist bag. You're going to have 4 years to get mad at all type of shit. Don't add the game into that. Football is light. You know what I mean? So just like I told y'all guys in that last episode, like, we gonna have enough to deal with. We gonna have enough to get mad at over the course of these 4 years. And I'm not a I told you so person, but I love to do it. I told you so. It hasn't even been 5 days, and he's already did things that has, struck a chord with us. Again, I'm not speaking on it. You want to know what I'm talking about? Go Google it. But that man is not worthy of getting any type of attention on this platform at all. But it's time to stand 10 toes down, and all of that shit with us killing each other, with us wishing bad on one another. Do y'all want to stop yet? Or y'all still want to make up stories about, Jay-Z raping a girl? Do y'all still want to pay attention and give all y'all energy to trying to cancel Diddy? Do y'all still want to, pick out some other black men to try to ruin their life and their career? Y'all still want to do that? Or y'all want to pay attention to what this bozo that's in office right now is doing? What y'all want to do? And this is no disrespect to anybody that follows me that supports him. Again, I voted for Camilla. I didn't agree with everything she was pushing. No, I didn't at all. But I didn't want this in office. That's what's going on currently right now. And again, people, it ain't been a week yet. This is what I was voting against. So it's kind of like less of the two evils. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's why I took my vote where I took it. But so this is no disrespect to anybody that supports him on my page. Again, I know plenty of people that support the current president, I know people that support him, that voted for him, that are good people, real good people, great people, people that I trust, people that I love, and people that have helped me on my journey. And this is no disrespect to y'all at all. But fuck that man that's in office right now. I'm taking a stance on it, and I'm standing there, and I'm standing on it 10 toes down. You know what I mean? So like I said, that's all the attention he gonna get from this page, from this platform. I stand on mine. I told y'all this is not a politically correct show. I'm going to give y'all exactly how I'm feeling when I'm feeling it. And if y'all can't see what that man doing, this page ain't for y'all. Because at this point, you choosing to ignore it. But again, people, with that being said, we all know people that support that man and will continue to do so. And most of them are, on the white side or whatever like that. But you got to understand, as African Americans, they can't understand what we go through. And it's not their fault. It's not. Just like we can't understand what they go through as white people, whatever it is they may go through, whatever it may be, I don't know. But we can't understand it. We can't identify with it. It's the same thing with us. So, you know what I mean? Try your best not to fall out with people based on who they support politically. And some people do support that racist shit. And they'll show their hand. But for the people who just voted because they're Republican, or they just voting because they're afraid to vote outside of the popular belief of him being the best case scenario for the political office. Don't get mad at them for that. Don't fall out with them for that. Don't automatically assume they're racist. But keep your eyes open, though. I'm not telling you to turn a blind eye to it. Just keep an open mind, and understand that people that support Trump, most likely, they're white, and, they can't understand what we go through. They can't. And, sometimes we do a poor job of representing ourselves, representing our culture, representing our ethics, our just our way of life. We do a poor job of representing that shit. And it's shown every day. But again, as far as that inauguration, that as far as I'm going to go, I didn't watch it. I didn't give it any attention at all. All my attention went to Dr. Martin Luther King and his family, and acknowledging that hero, that guy that we all wish he was still alive. We all wish he didn't have to suffer what he had to endure leading up to that critical age of 39 when he passed away. So shouts out to his family. We with y'all. January 20th will always be Dr. Martin Luther King Day. And for those of y'all who don't know, his actual birthday is on January 15th. That man turned the world around, and his name deserves to live on. Always. And while I got this platform, while I'm still alive, while I'm still breathing, I'm going to help push that. Because that's what we about. So happy belated birthday to Dr. Martin Luther King. Happy belated Dr. Martin Luther King Day. And January 20th will always remain that day. And I'm always push that. You know what I mean? So while we still on the inauguration, in a little lighter news, just a little lighter news though, Snoop, Nelly, they said Soulja Boy. I didn't see any footage of a Soulja Boy performance at a Trump rally or event, whatever you want to call it. I don't believe him. I'm not sure why Soulja Boy is still performing in 2025, but hey. But Snoop and Nelly performed at a crypto event that was in collaboration some way, somehow with Trump. Don't know. Again, people, I don't pay anything that man name is tied to attention. But again, our guys was involved in this. Snoop is a legend. He's a legend. And will continue to be even after this. Nelly is a legend. And will continue to be after this. Yeah, I fucked up though. It looks super nasty. They just performed. They performed at an event that was in conjunction with Trump. That alone is nasty. That's nasty. Y'all look like jigaboos. Y'all look like suckers. Y'all look like idiots. Y'all look like fools. And I love Snoop. I love Nelly too. They legends, man. Hip hop is a culture I care deeply about. If y'all don't know that by now, hip hop is a culture I care deeply about. Y'all look like suckers, man. Y'all look like jigaboos, lames, idiots, fools. I don't know. I don't know. We love y'all to death, man. You know, Nelly and Snoop, people of our culture, the reason why we hurt so bad is because we consider y'all family. Snoop, we call you Uncle Snoop, bruh. We call you Uncle Snoop. Nelly. People in this world, they were doing their best to help you win Ashanti back. They always, and the reason why I'm bringing that up is because people in this world of this culture always rooted for y'all. So that's the reason why we hurt by what y'all did, by what y'all put forward. You know what I mean? Like, that was just a slap in the face. That was a knife in the heart. And make no mistake about it, yeah, the reason why we calling you all these names is because we hurt by y'all, because we love y'all, man. We love y'all. Snoop, we call you Uncle Snoop, bro. You everybody's uncle. How in the fuck could you do that, bro? But you know, I mean, hey, man, we'll live to see another day. You know, it's not life or death. You know what I'm saying? You know, I ain't gonna get too bent out of shape by this, but man, come on, man. We hurt. That, and that's the only reason why it affected us like it did. Now, Soulja Boy, he don't get no. I don't even believe he performed. He might have just jumped on, and I could be wrong. Just because I believe it don't mean he didn't perform. Just because I believe he didn't. He could have performed. I could have just not seen it. But I didn't see footage of anything. Oh, Rick Ross too. I forgot about Rick Ross. Again, Rick Ross is a legend and will continue to be. And Rick Ross, Ricky Rose, bro, we love you, man. But you look like a fucking jigaboo. You look like a fucking sucker. You look like a fucking idiot, man. We love you though. We love you, but you fucked up bad with this one. You know what I mean? Representing that man in any way, and you black. And this is a racist thing. I'm sorry, people. This part is a racist thing because this is the only reason why people feel the way they feel about Trump. Is because the disdain he continues to show black people. And even the black people that voted for him, you don't deserve no attention on this platform. You deserve to remain nameless. And you shall remain nameless if it's up to me. But we know that y'all out there. Clowns, fools, jigaboos. But yeah, Rick Ross, Nelly, Snoop. We not addressing Soulja Boy because I just do not believe somebody paid Soulja Boy to perform in 2025. I just don't believe it. So, you know, his name won't fall on deaf ears. You do what you do with that. But for the three pillars in hip hop, for the three legends in hip hop, y'all got to do better, man, because y'all look like certified suckers for that. It's just real shit. But we love y'all. We hope that somebody slap motherfucking sense into y'all or somebody kick some sense into y'all because yeah, that just wasn't a good look. It wasn't a good look at all. You know what I mean? And speaking of looking like suckers, Drake suing. As y'all know, it's been going on for a couple months. He was threatening to sue his record label, which is Universal Music Group, UMG, for their role in pushing the song Not Like Us, which again I spoke on last week. It's a certified hit. Y'all know about it. If y'all don't, Google it, listen to it, stream it, whatever you do. Well, before when I spoke about this, he had a petition threatening to sue, like trying to gain information from his record label to be able to sue. Now he had withdrew that petition and now he put forward a suit. Again, doesn't change. Sucker shit. I believe Drake's career is ruined, and it needs to be hip hop career. Hip hop. I put emphasis on that because Drake can get in his R&B bag and live happily ever after. His R&B stuff is just as good as the, if not better, as his rap shit. You know what I mean? So he can get in that bag and never have to do hip hop again. But the reason why I'm speaking about his hip hop career is done because and it's a lot of people out there that think, like, they ask me, you think Drake give a fuck about hip hop fans? Yes, I do. Wholeheartedly. Yes. Drake wants to be number one. Drake wants to be the greatest hip hop artist ever. That's why these moves are being done. Because he's trying to, for somehow, some way, undo everything that was done in this battle. You know what I mean? So for the people out there who think that way, oh, he don't give a fuck about the hip hop shit, you're sadly mistaken. That's the reason why he keep releasing hip hop shit. That's the reason why he keep addressing shit that Kendrick had said in all those diss songs. Yeah, he care about the culture. Yeah, hell yeah, he care about rap. Does he need rap? No, absolutely not. Like I said, he can sing for the rest of his life and be great. You know what I mean? But Drake, that's a sucker move, bro. Again, my stance didn't change on that. And just to give you just to give you a pointer or two, Drake, pertaining to this, the reason why the loss is even bigger is because of you. You keeping this shit alive. You keeping it alive. Like, not like us is gonna go on to be forever known. It's gonna be like the 50 Cent in the club record. It's just a pillar. It's gonna be played at weddings. It's gonna be played at birthday parties. It's gonna be played at barbecues. It's gonna be played in Zara when you're shopping. It's just a great record, but the simple fact that you're keeping this thing alive. You released a freestyle a while back, Fighting Irish, that was dissing, it seemed like it was dissing LeBron, taking some shots at LeBron and things of that nature. And you're even still addressing things that Kendrick brought up in his diss records that are older than a year old now. It's like you keeping this alive, bro. Let that shit die down. You lost. It's cool, bro. It's fine. It is absolutely fine, bro. But it's how you dealing with it that makes it like even worse. This is way past Ja Rule. And Ja Rule was a legend. But 50 Cent fucked his career up. And Kendrick Lamar did just that with this latest rap battle that they went through. But like I said, I don't want to drag that out more. Like I said, Drake is officially suing his record company now, and we see where that goes, but it doesn't matter where it goes from here. My stance is not going to change. That's a sucker move, and it doesn't deserve like any like applause because it's just a sucker move. And stand on that, real quick. Jim Jones was on the podcast. I don't remember the name. I don't know the name of the podcast, but he was like defending it. Oh man, people sue people every day. You think if I had the chance to sue Amazon, you think I wouldn't? Well, it's context, bro. It's context. It's context. Now, if Amazon done fucked around and shipped you the wrong package, and the package that they sent you, you're allergic to the package, and you break out and you have to be in the hospital for a few days, yeah, I expect you to sue Amazon. But if you're trying to sue Amazon because, for example, him and Cam have issues right now. If you suing Amazon because you believe they're supporting his platform too much, you gonna be in that same boat as Drake, bro. You gonna be a sucker. It's gonna be a sucker move. It's gonna be excuse my language, y'all, but it's gonna be a bitch move. Like, you gonna be in the same boat, bro. You're not gonna be looked at no different. And I love Jim Jones, bro. I rock with Jim Jones. I rock with Jimmy, but yeah, you off your rocker with that. But Drake is, I believe his man. I don't know for sure if they're friends or not, but Drake is somebody he takes a liking to, and I still believe he's holding out hope for a feature one day, you know, by these, you know, reaches that he's, showing off right now. You know what I mean? But yeah, it's just like, man, he was like, yeah, man, I know people who live off lawsuits. Yeah, that's when you get in a car accident. Because he's just basically going like by like, man, y'all shouldn't be, you know, criticizing him because he's not suing Kendrick personally. He's suing a big company, and that's why he was saying like Amazon and car insurance companies for automobiles and things of that nature. Is like, yeah, bro, that's different. That's different. You know what I mean? Like, it's different, bro. And then he like, yeah, man, him suing UMG don't have nothing to do with a battle. And I know it's a lot of y'all out there that think that way. I just got one question for you. And I promise you it's just one question. Because don't you know how sometimes people be like, I got one question for you, and it's followed up by 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different questions. I just got one question for you. For everybody out there who thinks like that. If it wasn't for this battle, would he be suing his record label? Exactly. 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 So, like I said, man, like, get a grip on that, man. We got to put some integrity back in hip hop. You know what I mean? The hip hop culture is a culture that I care deeply about. I will always care deeply about. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, we just got to do better. But I do believe, I'm gonna go on record, I do believe Drake's hip hop career is over. Uh, I don't believe he will ever be looked at the same. And again, I could be 110% wrong. Just because I think it don't mean it's true. But this is the reason for this show right here. Elephant in the Room is to give you my insight on what's going on in the world. You know what I mean? So like I said, man, let's just put integrity back in hip hop, because we are losing it at a record level, at a record pace. We've had snitches. I'm talking about glorified snitches in hip hop. We had, just a lot of bullshit going on in hip hop. And to be real with you right now, it's not even talent based. It's like a popularity contest. You know what I mean? Which is, again, it's fine. Hip hop's supposed to have many lanes in it. And it's enough money in this world for everybody to eat, no matter which side, which lane you're in of hip hop. If you into drill rap, if you into the lyricism, if you into the backpacking, if you into popularity, if you into the dope boy talk, it's enough money for all of that. You know what I mean? So we just gotta bring integrity back in hip hop. You know what I mean? We just gotta bring integrity back in hip hop. So like I said, that'll pretty much do it for this episode of Elephant in the Room. One thing I wanted to leave you guys with, though, is I've been running across this saying a lot, and it was in conjunction with Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. I heard a lot like, "Oh, keep the same energy, keep the same energy," and I wanted to touch on that for the people out there that's listening. Keep the same energy. It's out of context a lot of times, and it's not necessary a lot of times. Yeah, like it's like, oh, bro, I'm not, depending on what we talking about, I'm not going to keep the same energy, because some of you people out there don't deserve the same energy. No. If I bring my homeboy to the house and he bring his man with him, and $100 come up missing out of my house, I'm gonna look at his man before I look at him. Just simply because this is my man. This is somebody that I trust, obviously, because I'm bringing him to my house and I'm allowing him to bring a guest with him. I trust my man. I don't trust this dude I don't know. No, I'm not going to keep the same energy. And in the case of, Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, and this was before the game, it was just like, oh, because Josh and the Bills were supposed to lose. Again, the Ravens had the better team. So it's like, oh, if Josh lose, I want y'all to keep the same energy as y'all had with Lamar Jackson. Well, me personally, I have never had any type of issue or any type of disdain about Lamar Jackson. I love Lamar Jackson. He just plays for the team that's playing against my team, and I hope he has the worst game of his career that day. That was it. But other than that, Lamar Jackson, I love. But I know what they meant. It was a lot of people out there who was saying he couldn't win the big game. He couldn't get past this round, this and that to the third. So if Josh lose, y'all got to keep the same energy. No, we don't. Because Josh Allen is a better quarterback than Lamar Jackson. Period. So like I said, for a lot of us out there that, oh, you got to keep the same energy. No, I do not. Who told you that? Like, now I'm gonna give you an example. It was one time I was dealing with this young lady, and this is like back in my 20s. So I was dealing with her, and she was dealing with this guy who she was absolutely terrified of. And she was liking me, she was dealing with me, so she had was you know cutting back on homeboy. And dude knew he had like a certain type of she was scared of him. Dude knew that. So he was on the phone, and it was one time she was coming to open the door for me, and she was on the phone with him. And I could just tell by her face something was off. She was scared, you know what I mean? So I took the phone from her. Yo, homeboy, it's a wrap. It's over. She ain't feeling you no more. It's a wrap, bro. When you gonna get the picture? He, motherfucker, I said, do me a favor, bro. You know where she live, right? Fuck you asking me a question for? Yeah, I know where she live. Come here right now and talk to me in the same tone of voice you talking to me with right now. Just come through. I'm by myself. You ain't got to worry about hope. Just come by come. Just come to her house and talk to me in that same tone of voice that you talking to me with right now. Of course, I'm on my way. He didn't come. He didn't come through. And that story is not to make me look tough in any way. All of that. I'm just expressing that was my version of keep the same energy. And in that instant, it was necessary because it was I don't believe as a man, bro, I don't believe you would talk to me in that same tone of voice you talking to me with on this phone. I just don't believe it. And I want to see you do it. You know what I mean? So in that instant, it's keep the same energy is necessary. But I'm not going to treat you, I'm not going to give you the same benefit of the doubt as my best friend. I'm not going to give you the same leeway as I would a family member. I'm not going to do it. I'm not. You as my friend, you can ask me for $100. To borrow $100, I may tell you I don't have it. But my aunt can ask me for $5 and I will make sure that she gets it. Whether or not that my aunt pay me back or not. It's my aunt. It's my family. And my aunt never asked me, so she probably needed, you know what I'm saying? You can get the $100 from somewhere else. I'm not going to keeping the same energy is not always the case, and it is not always the way to deal with things. So yeah, just know with me, keep the same energy. Again, with certain shit, yeah, keep the same energy. But not with everything. Not with everything, because most of you guys do not deserve the same energy. Period. You know what I mean? So yeah, like I said, I just wanted to touch on that, man, because that has been running amok for like the last decade and a half, maybe. Oh, keep the same energy, keep the same energy. No, I want to see you keep the same energy. I have nothing to do with what you want to see. Because depending on what I'm dealing with, depending on the circumstances, depending on the context of what you are saying it, no, I'm not gonna keep the same energy, and I don't have to. But in certain cases, it is absolutely necessary to keep the same energy. Yeah, so I just wanted to touch on that. So with that being said, man, that'll do it for this week's episode of Elephant in the Room, that is hosted by yours truly, Funderburg. I appreciate you guys for supporting me, and like I said, I will be getting better. You know what I mean? At this, week by week, I could feel myself getting more comfortable in this. So I love you guys for sticking with me, and I appreciate you guys to the utmost just for sticking with me through this journey of me, finding myself in this content space. You know what I mean? And like I said, y'all, the reason why I chose to do it, not only to hop up on a trend, it wasn't because of that at all. Actually, it was just, not enough men of integrity are represented in a public way. Not enough individuals that, just would just have a code of ethics and just a man of respect is represented in that way. So, that's my attempt of doing this. So with that being said, that will wrap up this week episode of Elephant in the Room, episode 7. Appreciate you guys once again. Love you as always. Stay safe and lead with love. But be prepared for the worst, people. You know what I mean? Just as always. But again, we gonna see it through. We gonna make it, and we're gonna be all right, man. We're gonna be all right. So that'll do it for this week's episode, people. Appreciate you guys once again. I'll see you guys next week for another episode of Elephant in the Room. Stay safe, people.